So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
All right, it's Friday. It is Friday, and we are all geared up for some phone calls. We're not going to take any time. We got the fellas here, the panel. What's going on, guys?
Good morning.
Nice glasses,
Always
Woodman.
loving it.
I thought I'd copy Mike for a second there, you know.
I don't got nothing here, baby.
Woodman's looking like De Niro out of Casino.
If he had a big giant beard.
Looking good, brother. So we were talking a little bit about, before we get started here, the Fed. We were reading an article here. The Fed and the Treasury have now merged. This is Tyler Durden from Zero Hedge. But as we've been arguing and stuff and debating and getting out to you guys, but as Tyler Durden puts here from Zero Hedge, as I've argued, the Fed and the Treasury merged. Powell said this was the case today during his Q&A. Looks like a little, let me shut some stuff down here. I'm getting some glitch. Get rid of that art of silence. Get rid of that. Get rid of this, that, and get rid of Woodman.
Let go of my...
So these programs we are using under the laws, we do this, as I mentioned in my remarks, with the consent of the Treasury Secretary and the physical backing from the Congress through the Treasury. And we are doing it provided credit to households, businesses, let me get this here, and local governments. So as we are directed by Congress, we are using the physical backstop to absorb any losses we have. Our ability is limited by law. We have to find unusual and extingent circumstances, and the Treasury Secretary has to agree. And we're using this physical backstop. There's really no limit on how much we can do other than meet the test under the law as amended by Dodd-Frank. So the Fed needs the Treasury Secretary permission to do this. Basically, right? So that means Trump must approve this as Treasury Secretary serves as a pleasure of the president. No doubt,
Amen.
Kudlow was asked to weigh in, which would be appropriate for a national economic chairman to do so. So Larry was able to do this now. This was coming when they said this about 2 days ago. So the Fed is sitting with the ultimate bazooka. The real question now is how far will they go? This is unlimited, but Trump will never allow them to stop. Does Trump think he can ram stock the market, DIGIA 40,000, despite the fair value might say it is? And will he demand the Fed print the mother of all bubbles to get reelected?
Boom.
So it is now legal, and Trump now has the authority to do exactly this. The Fed has given away its independence to the administration. The only thing that would stop him is discipline and restraint. 2 words, not often associated with Trump. So what do we take from that? What are we getting at there, Ben?
Well, it seems like the Federal Reserve is no longer acting as a rogue hybrid private agency sitting on its sovereign soil. Seems like we've taken that sovereign soil from underneath that building and put it under the Washington, D.C. arm of the government, controlled by the Treasury, and the Treasury director, secretary, the main one, as Mike so eloquently put it, serves at the pleasure of the president, the CEO, commander-in-chief, whatever you want to call him. And so it looks like another power move, and the president's making presidential decisions and doing presidential things that presidents haven't been doing, at least not in my lifetime.
I agree. Woodman, what you thinking?
Fed.
What are you hearing, man?
Bye Fed. Well, that's the bottom line, you know. I mean, hey, look, what a golden opportunity. Think about it. What a golden opportunity that our POTUS has right now, and amazing. Yep, we're getting rid of it. See ya. Bye. Come on, man. It's not supposed to be there in the first place, you know. We all on the panel here, we all know how they squeeze it in way back in the early 1900s. So, bye, Fed. You know, we're going to disrupt you. I'm sorry. Pink sucks for all that age. Yeah.
What about you?
Can't work for our president. Got to go.
What about you, Fluid? What are you thinking? What's your mind leaning towards? All your research and dots connected.
Well, the Fed is unconstitutional anyway. So I mean, that was brought in on illegal grounds in the first place. It's a non-American entity that has destroyed this nation and pulled money from us and given it to the rest of the world for years, man. So it's time to get back to where the United States needs to be as far as what the Constitution's within the limits of the law, and our nation is ready for a change. We can't keep going on forward like this. It's time for change.
I agree. I think a lot of people, me and Ben were garage talking, and then I think we all were, but it's like a lot of people don't know so the Fed, like you just said, you know, we need to get rid of the Fed. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, so the Federal Reserve is non-federal, folks. It's just the name that's really cool. It's not, you know, it's kind of like Federal Express. Even as a kid, I always thought Federal Express, they must be federal. They must do the federal package delivering for the federal government. No, it's just the name they came up with. It's really illusional. So that's how they crept back in. So if you don't know what happened early on before we were all born, then you might not understand. Now, I mean, there's people now, the younger generations I saw on social media arguing that we need the Fed. Trump can't cut them out.
Whoa.
So what do you say to that one, like Ben, for the younger, you know, and not, you know, and if they, you know, do they teach us in the high school or middle school, by the way, the whole, you know, how they came
They
in?
don't, no. I know from having children so far up to the 7th grade. Greg's got children, you know, you've got children, and they have all come home to school, and they all taught us about, we learned about money today. At first it used to be shales, and then it was, you know, gold, and then the pirates had this, and they stole money, and then money was here. They give them a very smooth, well-ingested propaganda of what money is and where it comes from, not using the real word terminology like fiat currency, and that we use it today just as real as they use seashells for trading 1,000 years ago in these island countries. And people don't realize and still believe that their piece of paper is actually based on something. It's not. It's based on us, we the people, our future labor. We've talked about how we believe, and I believe this to be true, that our birth certificates are freely traded on the stock market. We've talked about the corporate you versus the actual free flesh and blood living man you. We're not going to get into that today, but
Straw man, right?
That if it's a straw man, But if you don't understand how salvage law, maritime law,
Admiral.
contractual law work, all this,
Admiralty.
all these admiralty law, this is that kind of all within the admiralty law. There's different bodies of law within that. And, we're not lawyers by any means, but we understand that the Federal Reserve is a middleman to nothing. They print nothing. They allow us to influx fake monopoly money into our system solely by debt. I mean, Greg, let me ask you this. If there was no money in the world and I was the only person who could create money and you needed $1 and you says, Ben, I need to come to you. I want something called money, and you borrowed $1 from me. And I says, I will give you $1, but it's at a 10% interest rate. So you have your $1, but now you owe me $1.10, right? How would you pay off the 10 cents? Greg, what do you think?
Well, you could pay it off in different ways. It's
There's
interest.
only $1 that exists in the whole entire world. You just borrowed it.
You can't.
And I just had to
Yeah,
give
you
you
can't. There's nothing there.
You have to re-borrow from me, don't you, to pay for the debt? The 10
even
cents?
that $1 they
And then
you
once you
loaned,
borrow from me,
you can't
I'm gonna
invest
put-
it. Yeah, there's nothing
Can
to
invest
make,
it because you owe me back. And so you're going to borrow more money from me to pay off the interest. Now, the money you borrow from me always comes with interest now. So will you ever be able to pay off if you ever start to borrow from me? Never.
Nope.
It's an
Nope.
endless, it's called an
There's-
in-loop cycle. And so with that being said, that got started, like Woodman said, in the early 1900s. And people in 1971, we 100% as a corporate federal government went bankrupt and went 100% off of all metals based in our currency and went solely to fiat. And so if you don't even understand that, then what we're talking about is sounds really foreign to a lot of people.
Yeah, you got to understand
Yep.
root and cause, folks, to understand change and fix. So we just want to touch base with that a little bit, but we are gonna just real quick, Greg, give your introduction. Take 30 seconds or so, and just let everyone know who you are and what's going on.
All right. My name is Greg. I'm a veteran of the Army, retired medically. I'm also a Navy veteran. Been a lot of places around the world, seen a lot of things, and within the military, as well as the degradation of our country from the presidents that I served under, Clinton and Obama. But we're seeing a whole different move now with our current president and the things that he's doing for this nation. So we're here trying to wake people up, trying to spread the truth, trying to get people to invest a little of their own personal time to look things up and find out what's really going on. And some of the history that we've been taught, it's not the real history that we think it is. So we're educating you. Go get it. Thank
you for being here. We'll go this way this time. I'm Michael, here at the Patriot Hour, Navy veteran as well. Took part in the Cole bombing to 9/11, and before both of those, the JFK Jr. plane wreck. Those are three kind of bigger things I was involved in. Here to bring you truth. We all dig. We all bring different things. We always encourage you to think for yourself. Never take what we say to be 100% truth word. Listen to everybody, subscribe to every channel you want, read everything you can, watch all the news that you can take to learn, but believe none of it until you can verify it. That's our only thing that we really try to pitch to you. Our only agenda is to help promote liberties and freedoms, to keep those, and to try to get out of the mess that we're in and understand it and help you guys understand it. So that's my pitch. Ben.
I served in the Army, OIF, OEF veteran, was in the medical field, got out 2007, 2008, met Mike in some computer security classes, going to college and things like that, met a fellow veteran Woodman through the local Legion, and we've all just been thinking outside the box, trying to do something. About 3 years ago, Mike pulled the trigger and started this crazy thing we call the Patriot Hour, through influences like, William Cooper, Fritz Springmeier. We've really delved in some crazy stuff and met awesome people like JT Wild, Greg here from the channel. It's just been a wild ride. I just feel very blessed to be a part of it and excited for what is to come.
Heck yeah. Glad. Thank you for being here today as well. Woodman brother, what's up?
How are we doing today, everybody? Hope everybody's safe and healthy. Try to remember the word empathy through love, and try to understand each other, communicate a little bit more. I can't say hold each other tight anymore because you got to keep that, your little distance thing going there. So, air, elbow, whatever, hand bump, whatever you want to call it, whatever. Call somebody on the phone. You can talk to somebody on the phone, especially elderly people. They're all locked in. They feel like they're in prison. The younger crowd can handle it. They're tougher. Come on now. Yeah, we're all different. But God bless Mike for doing this. I know he had a big push from Ben and Scott. So God bless him for arranging all this stuff. I'm a paratrooper, love my country, and proud to be a deplorable with a disease called constitutionitis. God bless you. God bless you all.
Right.
There is no cure or vaccine for that, brother.
No cure. I'm sorry, Woodman. We all have that disease as well. It's a real big inflammation of our beliefs in the Constitution.
Amen
So
to
that's
that.
2, 3. That's 4. 2, 3, 4. So I got 1 here. All right, we're gonna open up the phone
Big
lines.
show. It's been a little while. A lot of tech in the background. Been working hard out here, even just moments before the show, getting all the technical work back there. Real excited to even have them call-ins to talk to you, the people. So we're all pretty excited. Again, thanks, Grillin. I think Grillin put the information out. Yep.
There it is.
Giving good advice. There it is. Please turn down your monitor. Listen to the phone if you're calling in. You know
I got
how
it
it
on
works.
the. I got it on the center screen too here.
All right.
No better
Give
way
a
to
couple
spread
minutes,
the
you got
truth than
something to
what we're
shout
doing
out?
right here.
Got some questions? Shout them out. We'll take it all. It's we kind of did a little foundation this morning. Give you guys a little bit of something to munch on for a while. But no, give a call in and tell us what's on your mind. How your day's going.
Just making sure it's on. I know we're a little.
It can be pretty frustrating. Yeah, hey Mike, it can be pretty frustrating when you learn something that you thought you already knew, right?
All right, we got a phone call. Here we go. Hold on.
All right.
This is a Patriot Hour. You got us on the line. What's going on? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Make sure. We hear that, right? You guys hear that?
Yeah, I hear dial tone, brother.
I got it.
Yep,
So
Bye
we know
bye
the
five.
level's up. All right, it's just a call. We can't.
Yeah, there you go, computer guy. Don't be shy. Speak. Yeah,
All
hey.
right.
This is all
Here we
good.
go.
Welcome
Patriot
to the
Hour,
Patriot
what's
Hour.
going
You're
on?
on with the boys.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Hey, what's going on?
Quick question. How do you guys feel about the QAnon project?
Turn 'em up on the phone.
What's your response on that?
Okay, so you're asking about the QAnon, the whole thing, or just anything specific?
Yeah, just the whole thing in general and how that's playing out across the nation today and where you see this going. Actually see it unraveling as they cause it, or do you think there may be something else to it?
Good question. Okay, so
Awesome. Thank you.
You want
Thank
to?
you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and answer that one. We won't take any more calls, so go ahead and listen in. Thank you. All right, so
Real quick, Mike, remember on the phone system, the phone itself, if the caller's real quiet or real loud, you can go beep, beep, beep,
yeah.
beep, turn it up or down. So if the caller is kind of low, because sometimes, hey, people are shy, we understand that. Or sometimes they've got dogs barking or sirens in the background. So I just remember that. So
I just turned it up,
I
so it
don't
should
know.
be good.
Sweet.
Go ahead and tackle that one first, Ben. What do you think? Do you see it like the unfolding? We were just talking about how a year ago, I mean, hey, we've been confused too. But anyway, go ahead, Ben.
Well, the first things first, nobody knows who Q is, the team. That's still unknown. We have been seeing some posts from a year ago, from 2 years ago. There's some dates coming up. Today is a crazy date. We don't view Q or the team, at least I can speak for myself, as our messiah who's going to be saving the world. nor do we view Donald Trump as our Messiah. We view that as Jesus Christ, right? But in the same aspect, no, you cannot deny that there is a silent, with bullets not being flung across our head, war going on right now. And the public has always been kept in the dark. And the Q phenomenon is just like what we've been doing for all these years, asking questions, trying to connect the dots. And some of the questions has been asked, or some of the information that's been given out, which is public knowledge, public information. It's amazing that it's been in front of our face for a long time, but it's almost like a lot of us has not had the eyes to see or had the willpower to go dig deep into see what is this things. Why are they talking about the Titanic? Are you crazy? Didn't the iceberg take it down? And didn't she had a diamond? So it's an interesting line of information, and you don't want to be destroyed for lack of knowledge.
There you go. I will add to that, like Ben was saying, in our many things that we look at, and bringing the information that we wanted to as a Patriot Hour, I found that it valuable, just like the links and articles, like just for that fact. Some of the questions put forward. What is this? Why is it relevant? You can never go wrong. That was research. It was legit articles that it would take you to that without you can even stumble upon. So if you find something where you gather intelligence to be, oh, that's wrong, I guess some other people have. Some people have been on, off, back on, back off, because they think that there's going to be a place where information gets dropped and in 1 week it's going to happen. Well, then hell, everyone would be there.
Yeah.
You can't run an operation like that. Well, what's the point of even doing this? That's what makes us believe it's fake, that an operation would never leak out and have a back channel to even try to mildly keep you informed. You're right. Until this time, this is different because we know this system to be vast. So we talk about if you're somebody that's going to come in and beat a Illuminati system, you better have a damn good plan, and it better be dialed in. So if Trump was attempted on, they had the right to start a back channel. Well, go to the media, we'll get the truth out. No, the media is not working for you. They're working for 5 other people, 6 other people, and their agenda is that. So if you prove, I'm all about a free press. I don't want press being shut down, but I also don't want 6 owners in the whole world of 7 billion people to have 6 channels owned, and they're straight up,
they're all
Nazi is whatever Luciferian gets to just push out and be pumped out, and it's lies 100%. That's not very free either. So there has to be something done about that. So hey, I don't know.
It needs to be unbiased.
I find it to be relevant. Until I don't, I'll not have it in my things to look at. In the intelligence gathering, you look at lots of things that might not be good, but sometimes little bits of relevancy. I do believe there was a coup, so I didn't need Q to tell me that. The in-depthness of some of it, yeah, that's been expanded on by Q, but there was a coup. If you don't believe that, then I don't even know why you're here watching any of these kind of truther channels. That there's a big, But anyway, go on. We got to get back to calls.
It takes time to tear something down that took so long to build up.
Lifetime of evil.
People get frustrated, man. People get frustrated because they think that the history that they were taught is actual, and it's not.
Right.
That's a big one. If you've come to that conclusion by looking at everything, history piece after history piece after history piece, you can't just be like, well, that's out the window now. This is what's going on right now is scary and real. All right, here we go.
All right.
Ben, you answer.
Welcome to the Patriot Hour. You've got the Oath of Four. How we doing today? What's on your mind?
Hey, Ben. Good morning, fellas.
Hey, morning.
Ken Sod. I've been in it with Michael ever since the beginning, and Woodman, and I God bless you guys. It's Good Friday.
Nice.
I want to get at this one point. I'm waiting for the president to put down God bless everybody and send us our message. Now, do you guys know? I thought it was today.
Well,
maybe.
we know that it can be from.
Go ahead, Ben.
Go ahead, Mike.
I wanted to say we never got that from Q. We were talking about that yesterday.
I'm going to get offline and you can discuss that.
Okay.
But my main goal was to say God bless our president.
God bless you.
God bless our country. God bless our veterans, and God bless our patriots. Woodman
Amen,
and Abe
brother.
were
Thank you.
F1. God bless you. See you guys.
Thank you.
I'll go on
Wow.
and listen to what you have to say.
All right. Real quick, I'll just say
Awesome.
this and I'm done. We were talking about, yes, that's in there. Me and Ben were specifically looking at post 44, I believe. Look for Donald J. Trump to say this to his Twitter. It doesn't give us a date. I know lots of anons and great people that do the digging have come up with, it's really logical that today would be the day that he posts that because it's 4/10/20. That's DJT. He 3 years ago sat there and said, "There's a storm. I got the greatest military around me." What storm, Mr. President? The greatest military in this room. What storm, Mr. President? You'll find out. So he did say there was a storm coming, and now possibly he says the storm is upon us. That's, I don't know though. Is it today? I mean, what's your thoughts, Greg or Woodman or Ben?
I did see
guys.
a couple of I did see a couple Twitter feeds this morning that said the storm is upon us, question mark, but that's what he needs to say if you're going back to the Q Post 44, the storm
Well, it
is
said
upon
exactly.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're looking for
Just
it.
wait for it, man.
It's a long day. I thought
Trust the
maybe
plan.
do it at 12:01 or something a.m., but I woke up.
I was just gonna say 12.
Day is still young.
12:17.
Hey, what about 12:31?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about 5:55 a.m.? Nothing. So, hey, we'll see here.
We'll
all right.
answer that tomorrow. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Day
Phone
by
lines
day
are open.
report.
Phone lines are open. You want to take us one, Greg?
I'll give it to Greg here to answer.
Yep.
Woodman's on
Ooh,
deck.
we got like 780 people in the room, you guys. Decent little
all
Saturday
right.
morning.
68. Oh, that's just beautiful, man.
Sent you a Saturday morning cartoon.
No. Yep, no. I agree with you, Julie Snow. I agree. Quebec, love you guys.
All right, we'll answer some chat questions as well.
Yeah, hey, when tell us
Friday. Oh, here we go.
All right,
here we go.
Greg, on 3,
go.
2, 1.
Hello, welcome to the Patriot Hour. You've got Greg, Mike, Ben, and Woodman. What's on your mind?
Hey guys, this is Jim down in Florida. How you doing?
Hey, Jim, down in Florida, how you doing?
Hey.
All right. You might remember I called a while ago and I told you this would be biblical, and I thought it would happen this weekend.
Yes, I do remember you, buddy.
I do.
Yes,
we
hi.
talk about you, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm sure you guys know there's a 1 o'clock press conference for the White House they just announced.
Ooh. Not
Yeah,
now. I like when you call because you tell me things I don't know. So
I love this.
Yeah, I just got a tweet. The WhiteHouse.gov says it's a 1 p.m. conference. It moved up from 5:30 to 1.
okay.
And
ooh.
I saw something on the True Pundit that the coronavirus doesn't even exist.
I've been
It's a hoax.
Amen. It doesn't
Hey.
exist, brother. I agree, 100%.
Hey, I've been with Trump on that. I know he didn't say that exactly, but I can kind of read Trump. So what? Tell us everything in a nutshell. You did call a couple months ago. You kind of told us about this weekend. We're now on the right here on the precip of this weekend. Can you tell us in a nutshell everything you think in the last couple months that's transpired since you last called and where we're at and what you think might happen? I mean, it's your opinion.
I think that, when he extended it to 30 days, I think that was a diversion. It's still today. And I think he's going to announce at 1 p.m. that coronavirus is a hoax and that they're going to arrest Burks and Fauci and everybody. They're going to basically dump everything at 1 p.m.
That would be awesome.
The FISAs,
Everything you've been waiting for.
That would be great.
the start of it is today,
At 1
maybe.
p.m. That's what I'm guessing. Because you know what?
Did you?
Jesus Christ is not going to let these people take his Easter away. We're not going to be bottled up in our houses for Easter. It's not happening.
Wow. Well, how about this? What do you think that? What do you think on the fact that Trump has this whole time that there's been a worldwide crisis, supposedly, right? I was taking it like, wow, they're taking the time to serve up indictments on foreign presidents, or and then stop drug trafficking and human trafficking. They were kind of taking the opportunity to It just seems like if you're kind of in an end world event where they're trying to hoax it to where you could die just for being in the wrong place and breathing stuff, like that you wouldn't be real worried about some of the other things that they were still pressing forward with.
Well, a lot of it's diversion.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I would agree.
They basically knew their plan about the coronavirus. They knew that the impeachment was a diversion and the whole thing. So they overtook their plan and made it their plan. They just didn't know it. They set them all up. They set the whole world up, the whole deep state up. Can you imagine what people will think when they find out that they lost their jobs, they've been locked up, all this for a lie?
yeah.
That's why Q says they won't be able to walk the streets. These people beg to be arrested because otherwise they'll be hung in the streets in their house.
Mob justice.
Wow. I agree. I said to this other panel, I said, at the end of this, we'll hopefully find out this is the biggest hoax ever played, and everyone will be in tune this time because it affected almost everybody. People that like sports, people that were willing to work, all the things got shut off almost like overnight because of a hoax. And hopefully this proves it for the last time to everybody that fake news is fake news.
Yeah. This is the only way you could red pill everybody. It's to really affect their lives and this ruin their lives. They took them out of the matrix. Your reality's been ruined, and then they finally understand.
Dang, brother. So, all right. Well, what's your name again, just for purposes of whatever you go by? We can jot it down.
I'm writing it down right now, Mike.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at the phone as well.
Yeah, get the number and the name, and I'll write it down.
I won't say. I just want to see if there's a way to. What phone call am I on? Okay, so I got you. You're the just the first 407, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you. I just wanted to save you in here. If you ever call in, it'll maybe pop up, and I can be a little bit more. So we appreciate your call. Thank you so much for.
And by the way, before you hang up, brother, why don't you go ahead and email patriotsfest2020@gmail.com. Just shoot us, get into our stream of communication. That's a good way we'd be putting out stuff, and from there we can maybe even get some further comms after that.
Yeah, we could arrange a time for you to call in too, because I know you got some good knowledge.
Okay,
and you sound like you're paying attention. We appreciate it so much, and thank you for
Thanks
calling
a lot.
in. You have a happy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. God bless you.
Thank you.
Amen. Today.
Say it again.
I said, just keep the faith. We're all going to be rewarded today. We're getting what we waited for forever.
It's going to be a good Friday. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. What a great call.
See,
what
you guys, look at the nuggets of information that we get. We've got people who've been watching with us from the very beginning who's been giving us, I mean, like Mike said, like we've all been saying, we can't know everything. You know what I'm saying? We can't know everything. We need you guys. And even you guys watching right now, I see over 1,000 people watching. Do you know the type of information that 1,000 people can get their hands on? And
we got you on the phone here.
One source?
Just waiting on Ben to stop. All right, here we go. You're on the line. Go ahead.
Hi, is that the Patriot Hour?
Yes, this is a Patriot
Hour.
Hour.
Yes, sir. Welcome, brother.
Hi, Chris M from Glasgow, Scotland. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on? Hold on, let me turn you up a hair.
Scotland.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I can't believe I get through. I've been following you guys for about 2 years now.
You've been following us for a couple of years over the pond there. How is?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, love your stuff.
Heck yeah. How is
Michael,
Is there?
First of all, love your shades, man.
Do you know anyone else that watches Patriot Hour over there? Have you turned anyone else on?
Yeah, I'll try to get a few people involved. Yeah, friends and that, colleagues.
How is the flavor
awesome,
when
man.
you're talking to a lot of your mates over there and you're trying to break down? I know it's American structure, but obviously, you know, it's we get our roots from you guys. How is it talking to your friends about kind of what you guys have been turned on to?
Well, we've got an understanding that you know, America is the tipping point of everything that goes on in the world in terms of what the deep state are trying to do.
So ever since the Trump's election, I've been following closely what's been happening with you guys over there, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm a QAnon follower naturally, and you know, I've seen some really scary stuff in the past week. Especially, I don't know if you guys seen the World Economic Forum website.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Send us a link if you can. Can you email us the links under this video for the email?
Yeah, I'll email you. Basically, what it is, when you go to the homepage, you've got it's a box on the homepage that says COVID-19 action response. You click on that, it gives you like a clock of like different scenarios and how they would deal with it, and it is complete new world order, and it is a really, really big onion. It's huge. It's layered. It's like 200 layers deep.
Wow.
Scary.
Wow.
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 Okay. Well,
Anyway, guys, I know that the line's not too great. I've got a really old phone. That's what the problem is. I just want to wish you all a happy Easter. Take care.
Yes.
And Scotland and Britain is listening to you, and I'll keep spreading the word. Keep up the good work, guys.
ooh, one got through. All right. We
All right.
appreciate it.
No worries.
We're praying for you,
Yes.
brother.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
Yes.
We're praying.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you. All right. Man,
Right
there's
on.
so many
Thank
calls
you.
came in, one beat the system, I think, and came through.
One
It's
beat the
crazy.
system. Look at we've got people who honor and have respect, and it doesn't matter where you at or on God's created earth. You understand when you see light and you want to shine it in the darkness, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, who you
Phone
are.
call. Phone call. Here we go.
There you go. Pick it up, Woodman.
Hello, you're on the Patriot Hour. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Susan. I'd just like to ask a question on your show and see if anybody's got an answer, because I'm kind of thinking, like, even if this all comes out, I live in a liberal area, and I don't think they're going to take it. I just think they're going to revolt. I think they're going to refuse to believe it. I just don't know how we're going to convince them. Because I'm in the heart of like a liberal area, and as much as you try to red pill them, or as much as you try to give them information, they just won't have it. And so I'm just curious how they think it's going to fall out.
Well, if you think about the time period that we're in, and when the president has this EMS system set up, right? So what if all these confessions are recorded and then that is released at this time while we're all at home?
Well, I hope so, because I'm a little worried. You know, I'm a little bit worried that it's a small community of 30,000 people, but I'm confused that I start to see something happening in my town. I live in California, and I see strange people that I live in a town that's 27,000 down on the coast, right on the beach, Wheat area. And most of them are Democrats, and there are very few Patriots, very few Republicans that are coming out. I just don't see anybody coming out of the closet, you know?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I see strange people walking around. They look like CIA, FBI. They're khakis, head top, glasses, like with a cap on. It looks kind of undercover or something. I don't know what's going on in this town, but I'm a little worried, like maybe Soros is setting up something over in certain areas of Antifa.
Okay.
Well,
you-
little plots of Antifa all over the
She has
place,
hit it.
ready to
You've hit it on the
spark
head.
problems.
You've hit it on the head. And
And I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I'd call and ask. And
Stay
I don't
prayed
know
up.
whether it's a worthy question, but I watch you guys every morning. I just listen and see what's going on, and a big Q fan.
okay, well,
Try to
keeping our
arrange for an alternate out just in case something happens, sweetheart. That way, you know, you can slide out. You know, kind of like under the smoke there. You know, if you have
get to the back door
Sometimes
instead
I
of the
feel
front.
like that.
well, let us. We're gonna answer your
Okay.
question. So continue watching. We'll get off the phone with you. We're gonna we're praying for you, California.
Yes. God bless you and your family, darling.
Listen up here. We're gonna tackle your question because it is a good one, very valid. So thank you for calling in, and God
Very
bless
good.
you.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so I want to hit this one first. She's right. This was, I think, the biggest thing. So we, over the time of the years of being here, a couple years, people are like, "Oh, I've got onto your channel a month ago. I believe it all now. Thank you." It's like, wow, in a month they've understood everything. We must get it out pretty good to some people can pick it up. But then it turned. Then their understanding would turn within about a month. Me and Ben Woodman, we've all noticed it. Greg, it flips like, "Well, I'm tired of this. This ain't nothing happening. I've been involved. I've been awake for 4 months now, and nothing's happened. Nobody's been arrested. I'm out." And it's like, well, where are you going to? Back to sleep or back to... So her point here is, our point was, this was never about showing the people that are awake the arrest. It was about waking up every almost sleeping person to the crimes.
Yeah.
So that's what the slow play's been, because with 50% of the country hating Trump, thinking he's a racist, a Russian agent who hates immigrants, was one battle. So we needed to wake up the public to the crimes. So I still don't know, like she's saying, there's a lot of people here, they're not patriots, or just they hate Trump no matter what you say. You can't red pill them. They're just literally brainwashed.
Well, I know that I have a little piece of advice for her, and I think maybe we all can take a little solace in this. We all have individuals in our lives that we can show them photographic evidence, videos, and they'll say, you're
the
all
person
crazy.
can admit to it, and then they'll try to tell you what they really meant.
So what you can do to break the ice, no matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, liberal, non-liberal, tree hugger, gunslinger, is you could softly speak the founding documents. How about learn the Articles of Confederation? And the next time you have a conversation with somebody who's liberal or who non-liberal, doesn't matter, bring up softly about the Constitution. Maybe memorize a couple of things in the first and third and second articles, and just say that, and then have a conversation based on that. Because if you have a foundation that you at least all can agree upon, then you can discuss the minutia details of what you think liberty is versus what I think liberty is.
Yeah.
And if you have that basic understanding, so that's one.
Well, I would like to add to that you
go ahead.
You
Yep.
can't really at this point, what she's talking about is there's no more talking, Ben, because it's ramping up. This is the weekend possibly. She's seeing people in suits walking around, and this town's already against what she's saying. So I would say that we need to the old days of you're evil, I'm good, you can't approach somebody like that. But this is what Q talked about. This is possibly why the National Guard has been being staged, because certain people have planned, like Soros, and getting the crowds to actually, when the arrests start, to create upheaval. So there are going to be pockets of that, I would believe. I don't know if that's why the military or National Guard's put in places to keep an eye on that. I would hope so. But there's going to be a fraction of people that are going to want to flip cars and start things on fires and break windows. That happened when Trump won. They told you they were going to be doing that when he won, and when he won, they did it. So most likely, when the people they like, that they thought were their stars, start possibly going down, you're going to have a fraction of society lose their shit.
That's why I say, she needs to find a safe way out secretly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, well, being military, we already had that in our minds anyway. We never get cornered, everybody. Yeah, you can't get cornered, man. So, this is just our
post 22, Mike.
This is the last one. 48 minutes. We got one more call here. So if you guys want to call in, and then I actually got to get going here.
If you guys want to go look up on your own, those who are watching, Q post number 22. It says the masses tend to panic in such situations. No war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. So that was post 22, 1st of November 2017.
Here we go. We got a phone
Hit 'em
call.
on up.
All right. What's going on? This is a Patriot Hour.
Hello, this is Ronald Dillon from.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
What's going on? We got you, brother.
This is Ronald Dillon from Trinway, Ohio.
Hey, what's
I
going
want
on?
to say you guys are doing awesome.
What's going on in your neck of the woods? Anything kind of, you guys pretty much shut down up in Ohio, aren't you?
Yep, I work in a school and I've been off for 3 weeks.
Are you doing the home thing? Are you uploading videos for the kids and stuff, or?
Nope, I'm actually a custodian.
Okay. So
Oh,
there's just
yeah.
zero work then. There, you're done. Kind of laid off maybe.
Yep,
Or
but they're still paying us.
okay.
Yeah,
Good.
That's
Good.
really good.
That's a good school district, I guess you're in. They got that set up for emergency situations or whatnot. You guys kind of got this isn't by
Didn't
your
Trump
doing.
pass that executive order still allowing everybody to take paid vacation, if you will?
Okay.
It's kind of hard to hear you a little bit, I think.
All right. Well, yeah, we're having some definite issues over here, but we appreciate you calling in.
You from Finley or Finlay? You say?
No, Ohio. He's from Ohio.
I know Finlay, Finlay, Ohio.
Fenway, yes. Fenway,
yeah.
Ohio. Yes.
You guys are doing awesome. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. You have a good Friday.
God bless you too, sir.
And God bless you.
Yep.
All right. That will be it. We can finish up here, though. We got a few minutes. So,
Man,
what do
amazing, you guys.
Thoughts? Yes, great show. Thanks
Great.
for calling in.
Great.
We appreciate it. How about we look at some comments? I'll bring those up on the screen.
There you go.
Maybe after
Yeah,
that we
great
can look
call-ins.
at Trump's Twitter and see what's he saying so far after little shout outs. By the way, you guys, just gotta say, man, great Patriots out there across the pond, here domestically at home, on our soil here. We've got you guys literally piped in through all over God's created earth, and it makes times like this make me feel that much better to know that I got people across the pond who got our back. We got people in New Jersey and in Tennessee and Kentucky, Canada. I mean, we've got people in New Zealand. We got people everywhere who are tuning in to see what is going on, because we know what happens here ripples through the rest of the world due to how much the deep swamp has their tentacles in America and who basically feasts off of America.
Yes. All right. So we got
Florida.
Well, I think another. We all here understand that once you open your mouth and let that word out, you can't retract it. So we are real careful what we say, and trying to guide you guys on what to look at. That's very important.
Oh yeah, it's
Time to feed Gitmo. That was
I
awesome.
saw that.
Yeah.
The beast is hungry.
No, it is awesome. By the way, all the mods, you guys are holding it down, grilling, awesome for throwing some information out there. Always about the Patriots Fest. Always looking for that information to get it out to these guys watching. We're going to be there August 14th and 15th. It's going to be awesome. Come join us. Go to the link. Check it out. Get on the mailing list. Like Steve Dickman said, strap in. We're ready to go, folks. QQQ. We're doing it.
All right.
Colorado.
All right. We're going to do our
What a
famous
turnaround.
shout us out. Tell us where you're checking in from.
Where you're from.
We'll do our best to scream every one of you out. But, I mean, there's 4 of us. We'll see what we can do.
Pray for
All
my
right,
mother,
here we
Dorothy. She
go.
passed away in the night. Got you.
We win.
Whitman Air Force
Harrisburg,
Base.
Pennsylvania.
What's up? Love you guys.
New York,
New York,
Syracuse,
Ohio,
Atlanta,
Georgia,
Atlanta.
Indiana, West
California.
Virginia.
South,
Downriver, Southeast
Chicago.
Michigan. Got you.
Ocala.
New York.
Like Alaska.
There's
yeah,
1,200
here
people
we
in
go.
here, man.
Wow.
Denver,
There's a lot of people
Colorado,
there.
Nashville,
Rolling
Huntington,
fast.
New York.
Mississippi.
Maryland, Missouri,
Ellsworth
Columbus,
Air
Ohio,
Force
Regent,
Base.
Utah.
Oh, it's going
man,
awesome.
Beaumont,
Compton,
Texas.
Compton,
Oh,
California. Oh,
What's up, Wyoming?
Northern
Kakalaki.
Cali.
Texas.
Oh man, I can't
West
hear.
Virginia.
Buffalo, New York.
Kansas.
New York,
Macon, Illinois.
Ohio,
Buffalo, New
Arizona,
York.
Ohio, St. Louis,
Madera Beach.
Florida,
New Jersey,
Arizona.
Daytona
Okay.
Beach, Illinois.
Can't read that fast.
Upstate New York.
Dang, Arizona, New
Old Lake,
Jersey,
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Boise, Idaho,
Portugal.
Southwest Michigan.
Paducah,
Idaho.
Kentucky.
Oh, beautiful.
West Virginia.
This is
Arkansas.
Queensland, Australia.
Nebraska. There you go. Texas,
Old
Massachusetts.
Town, Ohio, Vermont,
New Jersey,
Ocean City,
Jersey.
Florida.
Idaho,
It's amazing to see all the people
Venezuela.
from over the pond.
Venezuela. Yeah.
There you
We
go.
love it. Quebec,
All
Florida.
right. Quebec.
Oh my gosh,
Canada on the
that's
East
like
Coast. Gotcha.
Oregon,
New
New
Mexico.
Mexico, Massachusetts,
Michigan,
Tennessee,
Oregon,
Virginia,
North
Maryland,
Area
Colorado.
51.
Hawaii.
Area 51.
Ooh. Laughlin, Nevada, Palm Coast, Florida.
from an
Toronto,
undisclosed location.
Wonder who that is.
Alabama.
Bama's in the house.
Bama's in there.
Maryland.
Clearwater, Florida.
Nebraska.
Clearwater, Nebraska.
Oregon.
Florida Panhandle.
Florida.
Panhandle.
Missouri.
United
Nebraska.
Kingdom, Bournemouth,
Germany.
New
West
Jersey.
Virginia.
Finland.
Deutschland.
New York.
Rome
Rome,
City.
New York,
Rome City, New York.
Norway.
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. If
Dark
you are
Side of the
serving,
Moon.
Thank you.
I saw Dark Side of the Moon. Minnesota.
Dark side of the moon.
No rad.
There is.
All right.
From
Little
somebody's
Rock
checking in from
Bar.
NORAD. Are the nukes online?
Epstein Island.
Oh, you
Epstein
can't
Island, he
disclose
says.
that.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
gotcha.
Utah.
Arizona.
Delaware. Ohio. Arizona.
The guy checking in from
England.
NORAD.
What's up?
From the guy checking in from
NORAD.
NORAD. I know you probably can't confirm nor deny, but
Or deny. Yeah. Sent out this morning. Ellsworth Air Force Base. You guys are awesome, man. Love you guys up there doing awesome jobs controlling the skyways. Kansas City.
Montreal.
Colorado River.
We're gonna-
Arizona.
I'm definitely going to be doing another live show
Seattle.
later today, you folks. So
ATL, baby.
I don't know when, I don't know where, but
I don't know who, but I don't know. I do know how.
no, we had a great 1,200. I think
Griffith
peaked out
Air Force
1,300 in the room. So somebody's
All
checking
right.
in from the
Beautiful.
swamp.
Ugh.
Oh man,
Ugh.
Brooklyn, New York, Washington
New
State,
York.
Canton, Ohio, Canton. That's a baseball Hall
Ohio.
of Fame.
Queens, New York.
Ain't
All
town.
Oh, baseball Hall of
All
Fame.
right.
Bitcoin burst.
The
You from the
hood.
hood, huh?
Grandma's
Hood of
basement.
My grandma's basement. On
From Easter Island,
eating
North
pizza
Carolina.
pockets, man. Pizza pockets.
Ontario, Canada. There was one that said, Gitmo, if you are legitimately down there and serving, thank you for your service.
Exactly.
Try to call in if you can. Give us a little public update or what you can divulge about how your occupancy and what your vacancy
Yeah,
looks like.
we're looking for anyone from Gitmo.
Yeah.
We'll give you a special
Anybody
yeah,
at
number.
Gitmo, call it up. Anybody at Area 51, call up.
Yeah, Area 51, Gitmo, Antarctica.
By the way, the president's team, I know some of you guys are watching. Let him know he needs to get with us. We can get times when we do briefings. So he can get us briefed, and then we watch him brief the public. This is awesome.
We're looking.
Anybody from family, you're welcome. We need you as guests. Come on with it.
All right.
There he is. Look.
All right. Opinion.
I have a good opinion that the man's doing good things. Just my,
I would say.
hop in, eye on.
All right,
Gotta
fellas.
love my epic times.
Great show.
The epoch
All
times.
right.
Yipper.
Everybody,
right.
God bless you all and
God
have a
bless.
good day.
Love you guys.
All right, we'll
Bless
see you guys.
man. Love all you guys out there.
Thank you guys for being here
Stay great
today.
out.
Family's close.
The Oath of Four. There you have it. What a great group of guys. Really holding it down, bringing the truth. We all do our research. We all do what we can to help you and to help ourselves, and we do it together. Never take what we say here to be 100% word, fact, truth. Use your own head. All right. Again, I'm Michael. We'll see you back here at some point today. I got to step out for a few hours, take care of some things, but I will be back all weekend, and we'll be bringing some more truth. So stand by. Have a good Friday. Happy Easter. God bless.